This is our first, your first introduction to Mr. Kristine Levine, Gary Lucy.
Hey, Doug, thanks for having me on the show. This is exciting. I know I'm not, are we rolling? Should I say it?
Yeah.
I know I'm not like, a name or a value-added attraction, but when I'm on a podcast, I bring the heat. I prepare. I've got all kinds of shit to do. I got a bag of like show and tell stuff because it's a video medium, and I've got Gary Lucy super fans will remember when I would go on Jimmy Pardo podcast. I'd always bring like a little game. I prepare because I was game show writer. Is my kind of what I'm mostly known for. So we, but it's your show. Oh, and I also wanted to deep tease that
some of the top comics are known as game show hosts.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I've written for
Wayne
a lot
Brady.
of them. Wayne Brady, Saget. I worked on that show. But we have a special announcement to make.
I'm pregnant.
Wait, that sounded like a question from Kristine. He doesn't let you check?
Is it mine?
Would you like that?
But we want to announce some exciting merch we have.
Oh, yeah, we have a merch announcement.
And Kristine has a very hot take on a topic of the day in comedy that will really rattle some cages.
But he's really selling it, like pre-selling the show.
Yeah, no, I like this.
Stick around. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
Yeah, I have big notes for the future of this podcast. Like every week, I want to have a QVC, like a 2-minute, just one thing we're going to put on eBay every week.
I brought a thing to put on eBay.
There you go.
So can I come back?
Just wait till we're done, Gary.
Just wait till we're done. But I'm sorry, I'm probably babbling a little nervous, probably a little over medicated. If like somebody say Gary, listen, I'm not going to listen to that. Like, I'm sure your fans listen to every single second of all of them. But Gary, Hoosey, I'm not going to listen to that.
So why would someone know you? Give a little background.
Let me tell people.
Good. Well, you're going to take control of your podcast?
I was letting the guy talk. Yeah. That he was an opener for probably me and Andy as a middle act in Harvey's in Portland in the 90s. And I remember you get to an age where you don't recall specifics. You just know good or bad.
Yes, that's right.
Very good. Gary Lucy, very good. When you told me that you have a new boyfriend, I didn't care if it was a fucking serial killer.
Right.
When you said Gary Lucy, I went, oh, he must have been drunk. She's like, no, he doesn't drink. And I go, oh, did I say that out loud? He must have been drunk. And she said, yes. Am I still talking? Yes.
You've always been so gracious to me, and I'm not like a real dynamic stage performer, and I couldn't. So I think it was probably just vibes that you got out of me.
No, it was jokes. It was jokes.
Oh, well, that's good.
Because I remember repeating them. When you moved to LA, I remember going, oh, he's great. He does this. There was at least one joke that I always repeated anytime I heard your name.
That's so flattering. What I remember for that first night was you took me back to the Harvey's condo because you had some mushrooms. And sorry.
You're not allowed.
And he had a Mr. Coffee and he was trying to make a tea. That's another story.
Was he at the show where Cleveland performed? It was the last time you were at Harvey's?
No, that was
where Andy was there
because I was with
Renee. All night.
Attell was doing Insomniac.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
No. He was early days.
Yeah,
he was already in L.A. by the time. Anyway, I brought you back to the condo, and this is not a sexual story. It was my joke.
Right. Exactly. It was like you were like, I don't know, you had to change clothes or something, but and you wanted to make this mushroom tea. It was like an experiment.
I didn't have to change clothes at all.
Yeah, no, probably
that's never been in my repertoire.
No.
Mushroom tea, yes. It was strictly for that.
Change clothes. Yeah. Wearing them for a while.
Yeah, it was exciting because I only knew I'd never met you, of course, and but people talk about like in these lofty, legendary terms, and you really lived up to it, like not even in like the wild lifestyle so much, but just like. Just to act just like, because Harvey's, they get a lot of crowd pleasers there, and,
Well, they would brag at this. This was the comedy club that actually was the push over the cliff to make me start booking my own. Why am I doing, however, 8-9 shows in a week for shit money there when I could to a crowd that doesn't like you when I could do one show at Dante's for just the people. Because he would brag, this fucking, I can't
Barry.
say, Barry. He was a guy that took a lot of trips to Thailand by himself.
That's all we're saying.
That's all needs to be said. And he would brag to you how he doesn't have to pay comics because he has the biggest and best telemarketing
Like a boiler room.
Yeah.
in the business, calling trailer parks. I ain't never won nothing in my life. 20 free
I won
tickets?
16 free tickets. I remember one time they called me and I said, I don't know 16 people.
Yeah.
I don't have 16 friends. You don't have 16 friends? No. I was such a bitch because I was so angry that they didn't, I don't know, that they didn't recognize my name. That was it. I just had a little
So
thorn up
that
my
was
ass
the
about
guy.
it.
So these were the days where, and that's when it's really the comics against the world. When even the club is a douchebag. This guy would rehire you based on the comment cards. He wouldn't stay for the show. He wouldn't get the jokes regardless. He would just, because it's all about telemarketing and getting people to fill out, put the form in the bucket and win 20 more tickets. So lightning doesn't strike twice.
Yeah.
It struck me again, honey.
I never worked for him, not once. And one time I went there with Lonnie Bruin, and Barry was there in the lounge part. You know, remember Tim the bartender?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so
And this is when you're living in Portland.
and living in
I
Portland,
mean,
yeah.
This was your
And the
home
club
base.
is huge,
This is
yeah.
late 90s.
And I would not even go to the open mic there. I had nothing to do with that club. Dante's, as far as I was concerned, was my home club. And Barry's sitting there with his, kind of laid back, and he's like, hey, his attitude. And he goes, so, Levine, when are you going to come work at, when are you going to come do my show or whatever? I can put you up, you can open or you can host or something. And I go, oh, I don't know. How about the 10th of fucking never? I'll never do it, Barry. I will never touch, never on your, never. And Lonnie told me, he goes, well, she's just, he said, she's just joking or whatever. And then he said later, he goes, I wanted to unbutton his pants and suck his dick just to make him forget what you had just said to him. He goes, I thought that I was never going to get a job there again because I brought you to that show. I think it was even Lonnie's show. And he goes, I was worried that he was going to associate us, because that's another thing he would do. He would, if you vouched for a comic, and you'd put your own job, your own relationship with the club, your own everything on the line. And if the comic that you vouched for did not have a great show, then you just never work there again. He'd ban you.
He was the only guy. Oh, if that was the rules at Chilkoot Charlie's for all the people I vouched for to Chaille, I would never work in comedy again. Like, if I lost one club for every comedian that went to Alaska and fucking ate shit from like great ones that you would. Rick Shapiro ate shit. Fucking Shawnee Rouse ate shit. Martha Kelly ate shit.
No.
Like every
I don't
range,
Well,
every genre of comedy.
To be
that I
fair,
recommend.
Martha Kelly wasn't a headliner, but she felt like she could squeak by. And after the first night, there was like, hey,
Squeak being the operator.
we're gonna just put you with a. She's funny,
Yeah.
and it was great, but it was one of those things you can't barely have 55 minutes
Right.
and think you can go up and do a headlining show. You have to have more. There
You have
has
to
to
have
be
2
more
hours.
in the
Yes.
tank.
Well, usually up at Coots, you could count on just 20 minutes of dealing with hecklers.
Right. That's true.
Just to get to your material.
Martha probably, I can't imagine her dealing with a heckler either.
Well, that's the thing. Is
that hurts my
she
feelings.
could.
Or something like-
Yeah, she's a very soft-spoken, kind of mousy, and it was a great week
Were
where
you
we
at the
figured it out.
show?
Yeah.
Were you at the show in Austin? I think it was Red 7 outdoor standing. And again, she's like Levine in always legendarily late. And they had to stretch the show forever for her. I couldn't find parking. She's like 35
That's true.
minutes late.
That's
Yeah,
true
yeah.
on 6th.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
and so she went up to a very It might
Rowdy.
have been the night that we tried to live podcast.
That was after the show. We did.
Anyway, she
yeah.
went up and fucking killed. A couple people mouthed off, and she did like the backhanded, mousy, but the perfect line to immediately shut everyone the fuck up and like, woo, and just soft paddle destroyed that fucking room.
Oh,
And
that's
what's
beautiful.
the latest? Didn't we just see she has a cartoon show now or something? She's
Oh yeah,
starring
she's in a cartoon show. I wish
like
I
the
could.
star of it. I can't remember what the.
Yeah, she's
we'll look it
like
up.
the star of a cartoon show. It's a perfect.
If you
thing
guys
for her.
don't, your listeners, you don't know who I'm talking about, the rodeo
Baskets.
clown, Baskets. She was the
girlfriend,
assistant
love interest,
girlfriend.
whatever.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
park ranger and one of the Spider-Mans when they're at the
Oh yeah.
Washington Monument.
Every once you see her, you'll go, "Oh my God!" Like you've seen her in so many things, and you'll put it all
Yeah.
together. But her stand-up is
Brilliant.
great. She's one of my favorite
And she
people.
was when we had, because we had a pretty good stable of open micers. When what we did is we just put a bunch of them in there and had them kind of fill in between. So it worked out really good. But
Oh,
I mean,
good.
that was one of the success stories of Doug's suggestions.
So that's actually
that
like
one
a
actually
fly.
worked.
I
Yeah.
was terrorizing this podcast, and I bought these. Like, I'm not fucking bringing one of those ratty ass patio fly swatters into this brand new fucking. So I bought these
Telescoping.
Extendo.
I went on just a 2-fly killing spree today, and I washed it after each.
Oh, nice. Like a samurai.
Who are you and what did you do with Doug?
God damn it! It's fucking going after you. The
Usually
whole time.
Doug would have a fly
It's like a
swatter.
flower.
He would do 7 in one blow with a fly swatter, and then he'd use it to serve you pie later.
I flip a burger with it.
Pancakes ready.
No problem.
These things are great.
We're gonna. Well, I guess we were going somewhere with that.
We're
fucking
talking-
Johnny Thailand, Harvey,
Comedy
Barry.
club. Just
Barry.
talking about the
Talking about the
science.
Portland
Anyway.
days and
How you knew
our
him.
humble beginnings.
We're gonna get to. I guess that's why I introduced you as Mr. Kristine Levine, because we just all three of us got back from Romania.
Yeah.
And you bought that tracksuit. Stand up a little bit. Stand up a little bit.
This-
That's
how
the full tracksuit.
hot
The
is
whole thing.
this?
I
Yeah.
also have Adidas shoes, but I, couldn't squeeze my fat feet in them.
And you said that ever since you bought that tracksuit, you've been, you've been
Yeah.
you-
A lot of
I've been bossing Gary around like he's my little bitch.
because you're like a drug
Like a
lord.
Russian mobster.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
just turned into a Russian mobster, and I just been I changed his name to Getty. Getty,
pick that up, Getty.
Yeah.
get that
We are
Getty.
not pigs.
She's
Don't live like barn.
she's super sadistic. She'll talk about like how she'll hurt people and the fourth finger that's just for me. I cut off that one for her.
I'm like stupid comedian where I go, oh, that one's for me. I take finger instead of time.
So she's totally in control. She's the boss, but she has a weak spot for me and like Giddy, I can't help it, which is nice. But your real weakness is for DJ Screwball.
Oh,
You love the beats, like this, like
I
Russian
love
DJ.
sick beats.
Is this a real person?
No,
No.
I
She's
just,
made it up.
I just was like telling Getty, and when I was we're shopping, and I'm wearing the tracksuit, and we're walking through Walgreens, and I was just like, Getty, like I love. We have this one. His name is DJ. How do you say it in English? It's like Screwball. So he's like DJ Screwball. He's so crazy, but so good. Like you give love a bad name.
Who thinks of that? How does he come up with
How
this
does he
stuff?
do that? It's so good. Oh, I
Your
feel it
brain
in my
is from
titties.
Mars.
Yes. Oh.
Miss, are you going to buy anything? You're standing in line here at Walmart.
Shut up.
So briefly, and I'm sure we covered it. I got an email and several emails from a guy. Will you come do this Bucharest first comedy festival? And over time, I caved in and said yes. And then at some point, I said, "Hey, Kristine said I want to go there." And I go, "I don't."
Mm-hmm.
And I go, so I texted him. I go, "Hey, get Kristine Levine in on this." So I got her in. And again, for all of us, this is low money, but they're flying me first class. So I said, I don't think they're going to fly you first, but I bartered. I was on the phone as a middleman on conference, and I said, she's got to at least go Comfort Plus because she's a woman of a certain size. She lost a lot of weight from cancer, but not enough to fly coach.
That's a relationship to how fat I was. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you lose 100 pounds and you're still fat. That says a lot about what you were. So.
But they didn't have to get like the special seatbelt extender.
No, I didn't need a special seatbelt this time, baby.
You look beautiful.
Yeah.
Glamorous.
I sat there the whole time. I wore red lipstick and a Russian mob tracksuit when I come home. Oh, yeah. You know what I noticed about this? Oh, yeah, my sunglasses. You know what I noticed about this tracksuit, though, babe? Is that they, people get out of my fucking way. They see me and they just move. Like Safeway, every store I go to, everywhere I go. Like, even, everybody, black women get out of my way. I'm used to people just being like, shut up, suck it up. I'm just going to mosey in front of you.
Guess you're going to take my man.
That's right.
What am I going to do? I'm going to take my man.
They just, like, people usually, they see, I'm invisible. I'm a fat, middle-aged white lady. I'm completely invisible. Like, I'll stand at the deli counter at Safeway and like, oh my God, I didn't see you there. And I'm like, I know. I know. Nobody sees me, but I wear this tracksuit, and it just, maybe I just feel different in it or something. I don't know, but they pay attention to me, and they get the fuck out of my way, and I love it.
Exactly the same way with, like, I was always the path of least resistance, like in a nightclub. If it's there's no way to go, okay, I'm going to go past you. Excuse me this way. And until I learned how to douse myself in kerosene and set myself ablaze.
Oh.
Then people are like, oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, Mr. Popular, go right this way.
You just want everybody to look at you?
When we got the gig, then you...
Yeah.
I don't know if you pitched for Gary to come. Either way, Gary's coming.
Bit, but, I didn't want to go alone. We'd just gotten together and started setting up house in the new place. And I was just like, I don't want to go alone. But, I was
you're in that kind of love.
Yeah.
Bingo and I are in love. I get goosebumps every day. But Romania? No, not that kind of love.
Well, I
know all your flaws, and I see them coming.
Here's what I wanted. Gary and I told Gary, I go, when a couple travels together, you really get to know each other in a small space and intense, like, where's everything? Everything's in a foreign language. Like, what are we doing? And I said, it will take us to a new level. It'll make or break us. We'll see how we do afterwards, So I had been telling him that I wanted to go to like like Prague or something like that, Bucharest or whatever.
Eastern Bloc.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Europe, And then this opportunity came up, and I'm like, we gotta go. I mean, I was gonna go no matter what, but I really kind of had to sell him on it, and he did think it was stupid.
Well, you guys, without getting into details,
it was stupid.
You bringing him made it like where you broke even if you hadn't lost your per diem.
Yeah.
So let's cut to day one. I had a dream last night. I was going to open the podcast with this. Next time I go to Hong Kong with you, you better know where your fucking passport is. Because I had a dream last night. Bingo slept with this, what's it called? My Crazy Flight. It's this like dipshit documentary series of clickbait. Those Amazon Prime things. But it's all about, because I was sleeping to that. I had all these dreams that were travel related, but that was the one that stood out. Is you going, we can both use the same passport to get through. Trying to cut through customs, and then they were fucking me over. So But then I get to it. The first day you get there, we weren't on the same flight.
No.
And you guys, you get there, and they gave you, I didn't get a per diem, by the way. So when he told me that you lost not just your per diem, something else too, right?
Well, it was the whole bag. Okay, so they gave us a little goodie bag when we get there, right? It has this really beautiful little journal type book that says just for fun. It's kind of cool. Like they had a t-shirt
in it. Yeah, no, I got that. I got everything in that bag except
the money. Okay, so for some reason, instead of handing us the money, they put it in my goodie bag. So I got Gary's goodie bag. They didn't have names on it, so they just handed me a goodie bag. They handed Gary one. They gave Gary a goodie bag. They gave me, and we got.
They handed me one to take back on the plane and said someone would meet me at the airport at home to take it. They said, "Don't look in there. It's per diem, but it's not a lot."
It's per diem. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Somebody in a Romanian tracksuit goes, take it. Take it over.
So you're in a
Well,
Uber?
so we didn't know. So we didn't know whose was whose or what. So I had a bag. Gary had a bag. We made it out of the cab with one bag, and the bag with the per diem in it just got
Stayed in the cab?
left in the cab. So then, like, was it later that night?
Did
No,
they tell
the
you
next
ahead
day.
of time there's per diem?
Not at all.
No.
Not in the least.
No, I had no idea.
was
So we
there
think.
per diem
Yeah,
in
that's
there?
what I'm thinking.
Well, so we don't
You
know.
got the 7,000 rupees, yes?
Yes,
No,
right.
but tell me this in a way that explains whether or not there was ever per diem in it.
No
we don't,
names on
Like,
it.
when
is
did you
another
hear
thing
that
that's
you were
weird.
getting per diem or to
when
look for it?
when we said we lost it, and then like when we're just kind of going, well, where's the bag? We're kind of we're at the hostel, and we're like kind of we're asking about food, like is there a place to get food around here or whatever. Dawn and Tenchi and Maria are about to leave. They are the ones that and Greg, they all came to welcome us at the airport. It was really sweet. And then we're all just kind of saying goodbye, and then we realized, we don't have the other bag. And then Dawn was like, that was the one with the per diem in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what per diem?
How could he tell if there was nothing,
Yeah.
nothing on the...
God, Cooper, you're so full of shit.
Well, because one of the T-shirts were different sizes. I don't know if you know this now, Stanhope, but I'm a medium. And the other shirt was bigger, so I pulled out the bigger shirt for Gary, and I was like, this is
those
Gary's.
Latinx, I think is the one way to call them that's not trouble causing, that they wear the half shirts, all of them.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really have any sense of self-awareness.
No,
about
it's
that.
beautiful.
They're mediums as well.
Those are
Go
medium.
ahead. Yeah, that's a medium.
You know what? I like it though.
Yeah.
Well, so the other shirt and so that's
When
about,
their belly
am I
is
right?
touching the crotch of their extra small underpants.
I look good in a medium. Give me something.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So yeah, we didn't know, and then we were like, "What per diem?" Right? Do you remember? We were like, what
Yeah,
per diem?
and we never
then
did find out how much it was.
We never did find out how much
Did
it
he
was.
say this in front of Greg? He was an American comedian.
Yes.
Okay, so did you ever confirm another comedian getting per diem?
No,
Oh, we didn't think
we didn't
about
even
that.
ask Tenchi
I
about it.
have I have not heard back from anyone I met over there, and I met the coolest people.
Yeah.
Greg and just all the guys we met, the
Julian,
the Romanians,
Landry
yeah,
was good.
Teo
Landry,
and
yeah,
the
all
whole,
of them.
the podcast crew. I've not heard back, but they don't use Twitter. My email is doug@dougstanhope.com if you're listening, and you will, because those guys definitely will listen to this.
They will do that.
I
Yeah,
was going to say good things about Dawn, and I still will.
yeah.
But
this was just
him
so
making up
weird.
this per diem thing.
So the wonderful thing is, though, was that we got the entire bag back the next day. That Uber driver brought it all the way back to the hostel.
Wow.
And it had my passport in it for some reason.
Oh,
Who
that's
knows
what
why?
okay. It was the passport.
But yeah,
It
so-
wasn't just a dream.
But it had everything in it except this per diem.
Yep.
But why wouldn't they steal
Did
my
he tell you
passport?
what
That's
the
great.
per diem was?
He never did.
No.
Yeah, that's the.
Because I had to do radio the first morning.
You did radio in
Well,
Bucharest?
this motherfucker.
I would have
told him.
done it.
I told him right away. If you even mentioned a breath of morning radio, much less the first morning, there's
Yeah.
no way I would have fucking gone and done this. I did. I hope I sabotaged it enough. Because I knew there was one club, The Fool, that
Yeah.
we were going to have gigs there. It's right across from your hotel, but they wouldn't believe that you're coming. And so we went there that night briefly before their shows. And then I just kept pounding that rock on morning radio. Yeah, we're in a lot of venues. I'm not sure where they are. I know they're not at The Fool. That's one place we will definitely. And they did. The more they cringed when I said it, the more I just.
Yeah. Oh, they must have a partnership with the fool.
Yeah, and it was that morning at morning radio where he, not on the air, but kept saying, "Yeah, I have to get over there and somehow I got to get them some money because they lost their per diem." Did he never brought you any kind of money after
He
that?
never did, and and we
No,
were
at the end though. No, he didn't bring us money for while we were there. But at the end, he was gonna he sent us the money. For what we negotiated, and then we bought our plane tickets and whatever, and then he said, "Just give me the receipt. I'll give you cash when you get here for that plane ticket, for the one plane ticket." Yeah. And when he did, he overpaid us for that.
He did overpay me once. He gave me he goes, "I still owe you $180," and I go, "Okay." And the next day he goes, "Okay, now I owe you $10 or whatever. It was $10 off." And the next day he said the same thing. I go, "No, you gave me that yesterday." He goes, "No, I didn't." And I go, "You did, because I had my money in different places, and there was 3 50s and a 20. That's what you gave me, and you said I still owe you 10. So you owe me 10. You don't owe me 180. So.
Right.
It's not like he's trying to fuck you.
No, it was weird, huh?
And it was only $35, but the thought that counts that we got it at all. We were shocked that
it was only 30. We were thinking that we're never gonna see that money, are we? We really thought. I'm sorry, Don, but we did. We were just
I had every intention of not liking that guy. I didn't like that guy from the first email.
Yeah, we didn't want to.
There's something inherently I don't like fucking suits. Landlords, club owners, just when they try to be buddies with you, and you go, you're not like, and it goes back to
this fake relationship.
It goes back to your first Hollywood agency experiences where you go, "Oh, you really like me," and then you go, "Oh, wait, they all say this to everybody."
I'm just a commodity. I would rather just know that I'm a commodity.
The girl who says all men are shit.
But you did say this in a previous podcast where you were getting questions about minutia at weird hours here because it's a 9-hour difference. That it was what the fuck, and it's that's the thing that could really wear you down.
Stuff like what
month
you thinking
before
about?
You're going.
Just chit chat.
With his
But
bare
also, I
feet
know-
up and kicking it up and
I'm aware of my temper where if it's just your camera just flipped upside down. Where I go, okay, listen, I have to know when it's me and not to snap like I did that one night when he fucking.
Oh yeah, I read that text. Yeah.
Hey, fuck you! I told you not to fucking WhatsApp me because I fucking fuck you and as I'm typing this, he sends me "What are you doing up at this hour?" smiley face, and I'm still typing.
I wasn't up.
And fuck your smiley face too. It's fucking 3 a.m. here.
That was brutal.
My WhatsApp notification. Yeah,
they're all
and
on
it goes for
WhatsApp.
30 seconds. Anyway,
all on it.
So yeah, I really did want to hate him, and I enjoyed all my time there. I had no beefs with him other than morning radio, but all
and
stuff.
I would have done it. That's the thing too. I was there 2 days
suggested it.
earlier. I would have gladly have gone.
Well, here's what you said.
I'm so mad that
they
I didn't
all
get to
met
go.
us at the airport. 4 people met 2 people. That means 6 people have to fit in 3 seats in an Uber.
Well, they took 2.
Okay.
They got 2 different.
So
right?
you had a fucking clown car convoy.
Right.
He met me with 2 assistants at the airport. Very nice, but so hugely unnecessary.
Unnecessary, yeah.
Okay, I don't. Either I want to sit like this with 3 people in the backseat of an Eastern European
Yeah,
fucking
of a
car.
Fiat or whatever.
Let's just go with
Dacia
Fiat.
A Dacia Logan. We took a
Or
look.
I want to sit up front with the fucking guy who's going to practice English on me after fucking 19 hours of flying. So I wanted to hate him, but he was fine.
Everything happened the way he said.
Everything I wanted. This is what I did in Romania. I got to a hotel that was nice. It was it had a free breakfast, which was decent. And then it had a great bar with a great staff. All spoke English. Everyone very cool. Cute Eastern European bartenders and a sushi bar. The most important thing.
I'm jealous.
So
I still
that's
want sushi.
breakfast and sushi for dinner. I didn't ever have to worry about local cuisine. And then he would just pick me up in an Uber. He lived right there. Don Cooper drinks there all the time.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That I mean, I knew that. Like, I guess I kept hearing about how he just happened to be. Even Landry said that. Like,
right.
Landry said that he was just by your hotel, and Landry was like, "Why is he? I don't know why he's drinking."
Well, I
And
fact
like,
checked
he lives there."
with the staff. I go, does he really come here all the time, or is he just saying that? Because no, he comes here quite often, and they would fucking narc me out because I get done the show. Hey, I'm gonna go turn in, and then I'd come the next day to meet him at happy hour to have a drink and wait for the Uber. He goes, "Hey, so they told me you came back down last night and I kept drinking."
my
I go,
God.
"Yeah, I might have had 1 or 2. You had 4. Here's pictures of you laying on the bar." Oh, by the way, you never sent me that fucking goddamn. All their names began with A, but she was gonna send me that picture of me laying on the bar posing. My Alexandra.
That's a safe bet. That's the right name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's Adrian,
Yeah.
Alexandra, Anna Maria. Anyway, the point is, yeah, he was legit.
He
I
was
didn't do
legit.
anything. They hired me. I did morning radio. I did a podcast. That was great. The podcast that came out.
so
No one
funny.
told me to fucking retweet it, but I don't think they use Twitter over there. I did the roast.
Well,
You guys get hired to do what?
okay. So
I wanna
one
know
thing
what
I
it
want to
is.
say about
it was
Don.
explicit that Doug was going to do no stand-up whatsoever.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Just
true.
so everyone
I
knows.
didn't have to.
Yes.
Didn't have to.
I did end up doing some.
Oh,
but,
wow.
Yeah.
So one thing I do want to say about Don is that we saw him with a lady briefly, and she was also age appropriate.
And
Which
he is
freaked
quite
us
a
the
dancer.
Fuck out.
Was she a
I'll show you
producer?
some pictures.
I mean, I don't know.
Was
We
she the
hadn't
money
seen her.
man?
No, well, maybe we hadn't seen her the whole time. I've never seen her. Oh, Gary.
He saw me taking the pictures and he says like, "Hey, keep those on the down low." Like,
So
So
you're
we
pulling
haven't-
them out?
No,
Yeah,
we
so I'm
didn't.
gonna
We
show you.
didn't.
No, but I
But
just
you
want to
gotta
show you that he's a
show
good
me, yeah.
dancer. I'll show you later.
Yeah,
but he's
we'll
a
show you
fantastic.
later.
That's the
But
point.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
We just thought for sure. We thought we can't wait for the party tonight. We see his 19-year-old child bride. We are. I feel embarrassed that we thought that, but then we see them with this age-appropriate, nicely dressed, sweet lady, and I was like, "Oh the fuck! I cannot peg anybody."
And I can't stress enough how Don's hips don't lie. He was really good.
He was so good.
Like, yeah.
It's like a little tango or
Yeah.
whatever. He was working
Like
it.
Night at the Roxbury kind of.
He was
Like he
good.
takes
I mean,
tango
like-
lessons, I guess, and he was.
Yeah, I
nice.
mean,
He
he
was
was
really
just like
went
a
out
dancer.
dancing?
They had at the
We
closing
had an after
ceremonies,
party.
there was an
We
after
left
party.
already.
We
It was
did a little
Saturday
dance.
night.
It was good.
Yeah, we did a
I have
little
an
dancing.
under party.
An under party.
So what did we get?
Why we were hired in the first
Why did
place?
we get
Well,
hired?
two things.
You were teaching
Well, there was
a
the
class?
donkey show.
The
And
donkey-
then
there was the donkey show.
There was the. Yeah, I can
We're
only
te-
think of one thing.
We were teaching a class on sketch comedy, which was kind of like the technicality of why we were hired.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the main point was we were to show up at the Doug Stanhope roast because we were the only ones who knew him IRL.
That's
and could
right.
Really,
Yeah. There was like those were our two. The one thing was the sketch comedy, and then the Stanhope roast. I was told like you guys can do it. You don't have to do it. We've got it covered. And I'm like, no, you'll want us there.
After you talked to him about early on what his expectations or hopes were,
Right.
I feel like there was a big collapse on what he goes. Yeah, we're trying to bring the improv and stand-up sketch communities together, and I don't think there's really that much community. Where he goes, yeah, it's just turned into basically one class.
It did turn into one class, and the improv guy got it. We had 3 students. It was supposed to be 3. Well, we had more students that were signed up for the class, but there was some miscommunication.
And they got taken away to the gulag.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was.
and
He was
they
expecting.
These
disappeared.
sketches are not appropriate.
Bye-bye.
He was expecting. Bye. That's what they say. Like the Uber drivers, to their credit in Romania, it isn't like in LA.
It's just
There's
tough.
3 students. Two of them are bushy-haired kids.
Yeah.
And one is obviously Stasi.
Yeah.
Still gonna
But
got a clipboard.
I was so nervous because the expectation was like, okay, yeah, you're going to do 3-hour classes,
So we were
and
gonna
then
do
like a
3
little
classes.
recital at the end of the sketches you came up with.
Which is no
Like,
problem.
well,
This guy,
I
good
was-
writer, can do it. No
But
problem.
we didn't have a lot of sketch experience either way. I've done it and I can do it, but I'm a fan of the form, so I was like sweating bullets. But then it turned out just to be this 1 3-hour session.
One
and,
3-hour
and
class.
the 3 ladies who show up were so sincere
and so smart
Yeah,
and funny and
really
have good
funny.
ideas and do like good work in the community. Like 2 of them were one was a
Irina
teacher.
one of them?
Irina was one of them.
Yeah.
She's a mental health person. I don't know. She's a psychiatry student or something like that. And she uses role playing and sketch for healing and stuff. And it was just like all their stories were great. Like why they were there were great. And we still have a chat group on WhatsApp, and then we continue our relationship with them because number one, I like them so much.
I
but
teach you
also-
Wordle.
Yeah.
We have Wordle.
Okay, then maybe Uno. Some other weird stupid game.
They were taking down every notes. They were hanging on her every word. They had great questions, but they had no idea about the history of sketch comedy or anything. So
No
we were
practical experience,
We were
no.
saying like, well, here's one we wrote, and we'd show them like the cowbell sketch or something. Or
Yeah.
Coneheads. This is one of ours.
Something easily digestible.
Yeah, they didn't know.
We told them
We
stuff
totally
like
wrote it,
in
yeah.
an improv, say no, never.
Yeah, just give them a bum
Just
stare.
give 'em, like- and then we thought, like, if we come visit them in 30 years or 20 years or whatever, and we see, like, how their whole sketch comedy scene is based on improv is on no, never, and we've just created a whole new art form,
Hanging
like
on.
a little tiny input.
Speaking of, there was one guy that came. The last 2 nights were just stand-up nights, and I just did a couple of bits on each show. But one guy that had come through the whole week was a guy from Istanbul. And he said, the one who emails you, I'm trying to get, how do I get you to Turkey? And I'm like, and then he's asking Don Cooper in front of me, how did you get him? I keep asking. And he goes, I just kept bothering him.
No, this is
And
done.
I'm
Shut
like,
up.
yeah. But no, then the next night he shows up. See, now I have to get you. I'm like, no, that's like a jokey way to say. But I'm not ever going to fucking Istanbul. First of all, Romania is funny because nobody knows where it is. It's never in the news. Turkey
Never.
is in the news, and if it's in the news, it's terrible.
It's not good,
It's not
yeah.
a good place. It's
No.
just already bad. But then he told me something. It still won't make me go there, but he told me that I basically started the comedy scene over there 20 years ago because when my first DVD came out, Deadbeat Hero, it was the only DVD that they could find that had been translated into Turkish in the
Subtitles.
And I'm like, wow, I never thought of that as a marketing gimmick. Like just, we need Cambodian? Fuck French. No.
You know what you need to do? You need to translate it all into Indian, like what are those?
Yeah, not just
Urdu
Hindi, some
and-
fucking
Urdu,
Urdu.
Hindi.
There we go.
Those are huge languages. Millions of people speak those languages.
That's what,
Chinese do
right.
it.
There's a YouTube guy, Mr. Beast. He's huge.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So he that's one way that he is just amassing so many views is because every episode that he does, he spends millions of dollars on a set, right? So he'll do that, but then he will get it translated into every fucking language. And so those go out, and so he becomes bigger because there's only so many things that they're going to see that is going to be Americanized that has the subtitles. And it's a huge way. He doesn't have to make extra content.
Yeah,
He just
translate
uses
this
the
into
same
a
content.
blowing into a Coke bottle. The gods must be crazy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was whatever you were saying.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, so you'd started a revolution on accident.
Yeah.
But
We're trying to do that in
It segued
Romania.
into you were.
So,
Our sketch comedy
So that was
class,
our
yeah.
responsibility, and we had to be at the roast, and that
And then
that
we had to
went
be at the
sideways.
roast, and that went
and I take
real
the
bad.
blame for
Yeah,
that.
the roast.
Oh my god.
And I said,
I am
how
so
are they
sorry,
going
though.
to know
I feel
anything
bad.
about me unless they're just making fun of bits they've heard that I did?
Right.
Or Wikipedia.
And I wouldn't
Yeah,
remember
Doug
it.
Stanhope, he drink, right? You guys?
After titty
eat
fuck, you punch
babies.
your face.
Titty fuck.
Punch your face. It feels good. So, and you expect that to be a late night thing, and oh no, there's a lot of change of plans.
No,
a lot of
if
calling an audible.
I thought it was a late night thing. I thought it was scheduled for
Like 10:30.
didn't- Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
6 p.m. at a very nice pub to have happy hour at.
Yeah, that was great.
Like if you were just meeting up with the pals from work before
Like
you
a
went
place-
out to a place that would
Right.
have entertainment.
Like they would have
It's like a Dave and Buster's or something
like
without
group
the game.
trivia.
Like a sports
group
bar.
trivia.
Yeah, trivia bar.
contests and things like
right.
that.
That's it.
It'd be like one of those
Yeah.
taverns.
Yes.
If you walked in there, you would think, oh, this is where me and Stanhope are going to have a show on a Monday later.
Later.
It was 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
And,
Ridiculous.
At this sports bar, which was changed the day before. It was supposed to be at this place called like Larry's Pub or something, but
Lloyd's
Pub, but it got changed to one called The Pub. And I checked with our handler, like,
Yeah.
the
we
thing
checked her.
is, it's what's the venue tonight? She said The Pub. And I'm looking on the schedule. Oh, it must be this Lloyd's Pub.
So we assumed it was
Yeah.
Lloyd's because it said, you know,
Yeah.
Tenchi said the pub, and
And that's where it's
where
said
else
on-
could
that
it
was supposed
fucking
to
be?
be.
Where there's a schedule that says Lloyd's Pub.
Oh yeah,
That's
now I
the
remember.
pub.
I remember. They were late again.
It was
like, to the
so-
point where
No, just like outrageously late.
It was
like,
so stressful. It was like midnight hours, or that.
they held the show as much as they could, but we had it hard out because the entertainment.
as much as they
They had
could.
the trivia
People-
competition.
It was like 15 minutes past start time, which we were told, by the way, don't worry about it. I said, well, hey, we're late. Don't worry about it.
In
Nothing ever
Romania,
stops
it's
starts on
Romania.
time.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's what he
don't
kept
worry
telling
about
me.
it.
It's
And-
7 o'clock, but it's
I got soda bill and
Romania.
fucking good. Yeah, don't worry. It'll be started at 8. Don't worry about it. Like,
Until the one time that I was like, "Fuck him." It was Irina was she was picking me up at the bar that night, the sushi bar, hotel bar, and I'm like, "Yeah." Fucking, all he does is say, "Fucking, it's Romanian time." At one point, I said, "Listen, if you keep saying it's Romania time, it probably won't start till 7:30 or 7:45. Then you're gonna allow that. So how about on Friday night? I'll go up and I'll do a set to open, and then anyone who comes in late, they
missed
go,
it.
"Oh, you missed him. He started the
you
show."
gotta do it.
And maybe you train him
Train
to
him.
do something
Train him
rather than
different.
you keep saying it's Romania. So the one night where I went, "Fuck him," I just ordered sushi, and so he's calling her, going, "The show's set for 7, and he's not here." The
It's
one time I'm not
Romania.
there,
Right.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden that Romanian time thing that you say every day,
Right.
out the window. So you show up late to this.
So
I'm
we-
already.
yeah.
If open micers are doing
There's like
Roasting.
four open micers, maybe 5. Both American and Greg's not an open micer. They're just
No, he's an
but
experienced
the point is,
comedian.
but the locals.
But the locals that don't know him.
all people that don't know me, and they're doing pretty much journeyman. Fucking your career is so fucking tired. How tired is it?
Yeah.
That I know it's fine, but to nobody, there's maybe 30 people in the audience.
There wasn't anybody there either. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you have to understand, though, it wasn't like, was that tonight? And we got a late start of it. We were on point. We were ready to go. And then we got caught in this crazy traffic jam down one of those, like, Europe streets where you can, like, touch both sides of the house, but there's traffic. And we had to abandon the Uber, take it on foot. Got to Lloyd's Pub, and it's, like, empty.
Yeah, and
We're
they're like, oh,
he's
no,
at
it's
the-
not
at
here.
the
It's at
pub.
the other pub.
Luckily,
What?
one of the person was a fan of yours and, was up on it. Because the
Dialed
other...
in and
How
knew
much
where.
of a fan?
Well,
He wasn't at
he
the
knew
pub.
where
He
it
wasn't.
was.
He wasn't at the
he had to
roast
work.
because he knew it was a shit show.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not
He
going
was
to
like,
that.
oh, that stupid thing. I'm not
Never
going to
do
that.
pub. We never go to pub.
Yeah, never.
I never
go to
did
that
look
stupid
into
place.
what they were charging for admission to any of these things.
Yeah.
No, I never did either.
But okay,
huh?
so we take it on
Right.
foot, go to the wrong place, have to then run to the new place because you can't get an Uber, and which involved we had to
Go
you know,
under the subway.
across.
There's a couple times we jumped and bailed out of Ubers and just went, we can speed walk and get there quicker than this shit.
So that's what
And
we
it
were
was
doing.
great.
And then we go, then there's the subway and all of this giant intersection. So we go under the subway, pop up at the wrong corner. It was just a nightmare.
And it's like, we're getting more dejected,
late.
but
And I was like, I'm just going to go home.
When-
Fuck it. Like, we're just like, why are we even going now at this point?
and when I get dejected though, I get like Morty, on Rick and Morty.
Oh, let's go.
It'll be good.
Come on, Rick, let's keep going. No, we can't give up now.
And I'm glad we
Turns
did.
into Pollyanna.
Shut
the
up,
little,
Getty.
Yeah, the little engine that could. I'm tired of your optimism.
And I'm glad we did because when we waltzed in at 8:40, it was like the total Lenny and Squiggy hello entrance because you're like, there she is. You were just talking about how late
Well,
she
see,
is.
I have to close up the
Yeah.
roast is the thing. And now I'm supposed to go up and roast all the roasters where I have nothing. I don't know these people. I didn't get half their jokes. I wasn't listening. So I go up and I'm like, fucking, and then they came in and saved me. They gave me something to talk about so I could just shit on them. There she is, always fucking late, lost her passport, lost her per diem. Fucking here she is with her fucking husband, the Rain Man, the fucking, and they sit down, and then as soon as I went, I have nothing else to say. I'm like, wait, you have shit. I didn't even know you were supposed to be on the dais. I thought you just sat down because there's an empty seat.
We
It
had
was just as
spent
well.
time writing jokes. They were great, but at that time I was so like just a mess in my head. I was just going, I'm not doing any of it. Like I abandoned all hope.
Yeah.
I just gave up, and I had just so I ate shit for 2 minutes, and then pretty soon you just go, you know what? Well, let's just kill it. We're done.
But no,
That was
you
nice.
saved it. You went up and fucking killed
Oh, I don't.
with whatever you did.
Well, anyway,
It
I was
fucking
glad.
it
embarrassed.
worked.
They were glad.
Believe me, I was there for the whole thing. You put a fucking period at the end of that sentence, and then we left to little fanfare. I went on with our night.
We did go on. Where did we go after that? We went somewhere. We
Back to
we
Club
went
99?
No, we went back to Lloyd's.
Oh yeah.
Then we went back to Lloyd's.
Wait, is that the one that was?
the cavern? The-
Yeah,
down
it
in
looked
the-
like
yeah.
where they would plan the
we got
beer hall
pizza.
putsch.
Yes, exactly. And we got pizza there.
We got pizza there, that Jerry's pizza,
Jerry's
that,
Pizza.
that gave that guy away on Twitter, that Andrew Tate guy. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that was
Yeah, I think that's an urban myth. I think that was debunked that
Oh.
they found him because of the pizza box. I think
Oh.
he was already in jail when that spread
Oh,
around.
really? Oh,
But
I'm gonna choose to believe it.
yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
well, I
Then
mean,
I asked you a question. Fuck you. That's the whole story. Is if you don't know that story, who cares if it's an urban myth?
yeah.
Let me there's one other thing.
Um,
Well, no, there's more things, but there's one thing that.
Well,
Getty's got his
Getty
bag.
has
got a
his
bag.
sack
I
out.
was wondering
Oh, yeah.
if you wanted to see the our favorite souvenir from Romania that we got. It's so beautiful. It's well first of all here is okay, I got that guy. And
In the meantime, I just want to recap that I never went anywhere other than the shows that I needed to participate in, and my hotel. It's nothing to do with just all inside my hotel.
Did you watch TV or anything? The little Romanian
No, I
TV?
never turned my
Oh.
TV on once.
We did the first day. It was kind of interesting. Yeah, there was one of those like Schmengi Brothers kind of shows from SCTV with like a clarinet guy and like people just
Yeah.
really dejected, but this is pretty cool. Here's a Romanian $5 bill.
Is it Lee?
That's $5 lei. It's about $1 worth. But look at like the musical note. You can see through it. That's kind of cool on money, and that kind of looks like chubby Robert Palmer. Would you say, or who does that look like to
wow.
you? Like
That's
is
a
that-
good call, Chubby Robert Palmer.
everybody-
Yeah.
Gonna have to face it. You're addicted to cabbage rolls. Look
Yeah.
at it. 'Cause we.
Well, yeah.
ate a
So
lot
we
of it.
went to this one
All
restaurant.
right, wait. You stayed 2 days.
2 days extra.
2 days extra. We
Much too
came
much
to.
to
We
agree.
arrived 2 days
Was
early.
that
and we
because
left-
it was cheaper airfare?
No, it was just we thought we wanted to
Cultural
see some
purposes,
stuff. Yeah.
and we did. We went to the Trolls movie.
We saw a Trolls movie with a bunch of Romanian children.
Yeah, we're having
just
a birthday
talking
party.
and shit. Just it was great.
And it was in Romanian.
And it was in Romanian,
Yeah,
and we
so
could
it's
still
good.
follow it.
Follow it pretty good.
Oh, no subtitles.
No
Because why
subtitles.
would they? Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
no.
dumb.
It's a cartoon.
It's a
It's a cartoon, yeah. So that was
But
fun.
I'm saying, why would they have American subtitles just because they're there?
Because they're there. Because we did go
Well,
to.
we went to see Marvels.
Just my asking the question is the hubris
Yeah.
of an American.
Exactly.
You had to watch it with subtitles.
Well, we did go see Marvels, though. We also saw Marvels.
We love foreign movies.
And, yeah. And that was
had
it was
subtitles,
in
yeah.
English and
It was-
subtitled in
yeah,
Romanian.
it's not as good.
But we went to 3 different malls.
Four different malls,
Four?
yeah.
We went to 4 different malls.
How is that fucking
Cultural.
museums? Yes.
Yeah.
No, man.
I went to 2 Burger Kings and a
We
McDonald's.
went to one McDonald's.
We went to one McDonald's.
That was
and
the first thing we did.
One KFC.
We went to, but we also went to
KFC has shawarmas, but
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's not good.
the
Surprisingly.
shrimp KFC was gross, but we went to this one restaurant called Cares You something, but it was like the beer wagon.
Yeah, that was
in-
good.
in-
That was kind of fancy.
Translated into English, the
old
beer
town.
wagon.
And-
And it was great. We had cabbage rolls and bread soup, bean bread soup. It was great.
It was really good and good beer. And the very first thing we did was a real cultural thing. I was dying to see this
Oh, yeah.
statue that I learned about in art history class. So it's the best, weirdest statue you've ever seen. It's called Lupa Capitolina, and it's about the legend of the founding of Rome and by extension Romania. But it's this like ancient statue from the 5th century of like a wolf in kind of a primitive style, and it's a she wolf.
Long titties.
Long, and
you know.
she's given birth, so she's got like the long pendulous breast. And then about 1,000 years later, during the Renaissance, some bright guy like made 2 babies like in kind of a more modern style
And
of
they're
them,
like,
and they're like
oh,
suckling on them.
Yeah.
And it's right in the middle of the town square. It's the best. It's the weirdest
Yeah.
statue, and that's Romulus and Remus.
And as the director's cut, I know as he started to talk about history, a lot of you tuned out, and then tuned back in during pendulous breasts, and then you learned nothing, but you heard what you wanted to hear.
And that's the point.
Now this has
I wanted to say just because Alex from Australia is here. I don't know why he didn't come and sit in as an audience, so Bingo would have someone to play with. But he also, as we're coming through Sierra Vista, he's never been to the America before.
Wow.
He's like, so which one of these? I'm not going to try to do the accent. These famous fast food places should I try? I'm like, wait, which ones do you have? Which ones don't you have? And
Yeah.
they only have 2 Taco Bells in the fucking country or something.
Wow.
And I know when I went to a Taco Bell in the UK, it was not Taco Bell in the least.
That's why
It's
we
got-
wanted to go do that kind of stuff because
But
it's so different.
Well, we're going to take him on a fast food, like of all the ones they don't have in the UK. Wendy's, they don't have Wendy's.
Oh my god, when we see Alex in 2 weeks, he'll be a fat
He'll be
fuck.
so fat.
He'll be
And then,
just-
take him to
he'll be
Outback,
destroyed.
and he could say all the things that are
Yeah.
wrong.
Take him down.
It just
Blue
closed.
and onion.
we could do that on hidden camera. Just have him.
Closed in Sierra Vista though.
That's
It's
okay.
closed?
They have one in
Right.
Tucson,
In
babe.
Tucson.
Oh yeah, there's plenty in Tucson, but
Check out this great.
that would be funny. Just have him go. This ain't right.
Yeah,
About
this
everything.
ain't right.
This ain't right.
Wait
That's
minute.
a knife.
Yeah, that's a knife.
Everything's
Excuse me, miss.
It actually is a knife.
they're all
Actually,
Is that a beer? Is it?
a beer comes in an oil drum-sized can, not the stupid glass.
Okay, all right. So then we bought this. Okay.
Oh yeah, this was it was at a store. It's called like Ross, and I lost the
Yeah,
thing for
we
the
went
big.
to, like, a Ross
It was
Dress
called
for
like
Less,
it's called
basically.
half price, and
It's called half price.
And they have,
it's great.
Raw's half prices.
Well, it's like a Ross, but
Or
it's called half
Marshall's, or-
price. So we bought this.
we bought this like nutcracker ornament, and Kristine felt sorry for him because he was missing an arm.
Nobody's gonna buy that.
Because
little
nobody's gonna buy
fucker.
him. But his other drumstick, it looks like he's a stand-up comic, right? It looks like he's got a little microphone.
Uh-huh.
And
Watch this.
his drum fell off, so that was like on this little stick, so it looks like a little.
It looks like his dick's out. And we're like, that looks like Stanhope in 1999.
Little peanut wagon.
So that was
I
our
love
favorite
it.
thing.
Isn't that neat? Yeah. And then the lady was trying to
Give us
take it
a
away
good one.
and replace it with a good one. And she could not understand. We wanted the busted, shitty one with his little dick out.
We
It was
like
busted.
bad.
Yes.
We
yeah.
like broken.
I did try to tell her. I'm like, we love broken. Yes. I was like, no.
That's exactly what I would have said. What's our game, Garrett? Did you really have a game that we have to play?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, you said cocaine. I did cocaine over there.
You did.
In
You
Romania.
were making a Romanian,
Yeah.
Bulgarian cocaine joke earlier, and I'm like, oh fuck, which is exactly what I said the next morning. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, we did cocaine. There were some of the local comedian folk were doing a little bit of cocaine, and and I go, yeah, I'll do a bump,
A
just
dabble,
to say, I'm
yeah.
not good, just so you know I'm not a cop.
Right.
And I did a bump, and then when you don't remember that till the next night, and someone mentions cocaine, and you go, "Oh yeah, I do remember now that I did a
Right,
bump."
because you fell asleep and it didn't plug your nose all night.
nothing.
It's like
That's
their
pretty
food,
good
not very
coke.
spicy.
No, that's great.
I didn't
Yeah.
say too much.
Right.
I just kept going.
Or
home
was it like
early.
the per diem? You did the coke, right?
Sure.
That was the per
I guess so.
That was it.
But that's how you know
Oh,
it's
and I did leave. I did bring 70 pounds of checked bags.
Oh, that's right. Do you know how that ended?
Well,
What
that's
happened?
the other thing I want to know, because Don Cooper, if you're listening, Teo and my little bushy man there, I gave him that orange fucking plaid jacket.
Yeah.
But that's supposed to have gotten to you. The white tuxedo, all that shit was supposed to. Don Cooper cherry-picked the bag because I left it with
No,
him.
he did not.
Yeah, I told him, yeah, but make sure this gets to them. So Doug at DougStanhope.com or Doug Stanhope at Hotmail. Both go to the same place. So yeah, fucking I want to hear from the Romanian comics. What did you get? There was a can of beefaroni that I knew only Don Cooper would appreciate. Because he's 60 and he reminds me a lot of our friend from Grand Funk.
Mark Farner?
Not Grand Funk. What the fuck am I talking about?
I don't know. Bachman
You
Turner
got night-
Overdrive? What are
Come
you
on.
talking about?
What are you talking about?
Our guy from
Dr. Hook?
Dr. Hook.
Dr.
Yeah.
Hook.
Dennis
Grand-
Lapourier?
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
got a
talking
Dr.
about
Hook
Dennis.
vibe.
Yeah. That's right.
He reminds me a lot of him. He looks similar to him. He's a good-natured guy like that. And it reminded me, I got to fucking shoot a DM to Dennis. I haven't talked to him in a bit. But yeah, he's like, he sent me a picture of the beefaroni. He goes, "You left me beefaroni? I haven't eaten beefaroni since 1977. I'm like, all right, you're the only one who would appreciate that. But I want to make sure that you fucking gave the other kids the shit that he wanted. The fucking white tuxedo from the roast. And that...
Oh, that's
yeah.
nice.
So that's all I wanted to get out. Close up, Gary. with
Okay,
the
game, yeah.
boy, I gotta triage this then because I might have to bring the game back because we got some other business here we got to get to. One of them is like this line of merchandise we have coming out. We're very excited.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
This
if
is
you don't mind.
100% real, and this is win-win for you because it's great content, and also we might be able to pay you back the money that you gave us for the thing. And, So we're thinking, like, what kind of shirts we could sell? Like, that's kind of saturated with the funny sayings and everything. Like, what's something that's like something
Catchy,
and
but
inspiring
hard.
and fashionable? Like, and we love like that kind of like outdoor chic, like fishing chic, like the
And you know
vests.
what? And young people don't get into fishing anymore.
don't get into fishing
They
as
don't
much
get
as they
out
used to.
very much. They're all into their phones. So we thought of something.
And our new line of clothing, it's Fish Come Hard.
Yeah,
And
it just switched.
Oh, it's just switch, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Fish
Just switched
Come
again.
Hard.
Swish.
Yeah, that's
This-
how it works.
that's what the shirts do. That's the magic of it. Fish Come Hard. It's
But that's our little clothing brand
Yeah.
now. It's called Fish Come Hard. And we also have it
You
Fish
could double
Sea.
that up with all my disease T-shirts, and we could have a 2-for-1 of nobody's buying.
Well, we also have a Fish CUM hard, like for the dirty
for the
grandpas
dirty,
out there.
uncles and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is a serious thing. Go to fishcomehard.com. It's our Shopify store.
There you
There's
go.
like
Really?
bucket hats.
Listen,
all kinds of
here's the thing. Every time you go to a Target or at Kmart, you see a shirt, you go, that's kind of a cool shirt, and you go, that's a cool. Well, every Target, every Kmart, every fucking TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, they're full of them. Every fucking Big Lots. Oh, it's no one else in the world will you run into with that shirt that isn't immediately your friend.
Yes.
That goes for any one of our shirts.
It's a great filter.
All of our fucking merch. Yes. You wear it, you see someone else wearing it, you have a buddy.
Forever. That's true.
You're in a riot
That's a
and
guy
they're
that'll pick
against
you.
you. You don't know who. The police aren't helping. Go to the one wearing the similar tee.
Look for
Yeah.
the people. Look for the
The
helpers.
abortion is green T-shirt.
Yeah, the
That's your guy.
termites.
Look
Yeah,
for the
that's
one.
right.
Yeah, look for the one wearing the medium because she's big enough to protect you.
That's right, Doug.
The,
You are correct, Douglas.
Douglas.
and we don't have to spend a lot of time on this, but I'd love to just hear your take. Everyone's telling, oh, you got to watch that Albert Brooks documentary.
Oh my God.
And she hasn't seen a lot of his movies, like some of his movies and everything. Like, I watched the Super Dave one. That was a great documentary. Let's watch the Albert Brooks documentary.
Have you seen the Albert Brooks
Holy
documentary
shit,
yet?
that insufferable motherfucker.
No,
Like,
Okay.
felt
There's
bad.
But is it? Do I have to like movies?
No. Just Albert Brooks. It's all about his
Yeah.
comedy and stuff. And the whole time I was just like, "Fuck what? Fuck this guy." Because he's just like, oh yeah, I was on Carson like 11 times.
30 times.
30 times, yeah. And I never practiced a bit once.
I never planned it out.
I
Yeah,
never
just-
planned it
yeah.
out once. Like
Yeah.
you never wrote it. Did you write it down? No, never once.
Hey, for the young
Fuck you.
viewers that don't know who Albert Brooks is,
Or Johnny Carson.
Poor Tiny guy.
maybe work out your bits.
Or don't, because I guess it
Guess
just
that's how
works
you get-
because he's a genius.
No, but the point is, if you don't know who he is,
Yeah.
then you know what? Not working out your bits didn't help your legacy.
No, it didn't. Oh, that's true, yeah.
That was.
I
the
just
joke,
don't-
but
I just-
Chaille just hopped in on the fucking punchline.
Oh, sorry.
The whole time, though, I was losing my mind because he's just so, and he's like, and then he tries to talk about how he struggled or had gotten shit for all the things that he did. And I'm like, what fucking shit? He didn't have one single consequence of his avant-garde craziness except success. Oh God, fuck.
Yeah.
If only we were all so unfortunate.
Well, there was that person who wrote in the Village Voice that
Oh,
it's not
right.
for everyone.
Yeah. I dishonored everybody. Oh no!
I think
Because
we
when he
have
was 16 years old, Carl Reiner said he was a genius,
Yeah.
and he just sort of coasted on that his whole life.
Oh, yeah. But there was a beauty. We have been alive, all of us, enough to see the huge arc of when there was 3 channels to where there's no such thing as a channel.
Right.
Like, it's just everything is a
Free-floating.
channel.
Right. And there's no gatekeepers, which I thought would be great, but it also creates a lot of garbage. Who knew?
Yeah, but again, there's a lot of great things.
Right.
And there's a lot of bad things that happen from, Carl Reiner said I was great, and that's all you needed.
That's all.
That was it.
Okay, Carl Reiner is someone you don't need to know because you have 8 billion channels. And that's just on the one device.
Right.
If you get the new device, the size 27 that's coming out this year, it's got 42 billion premium channels, and each of them are just free subscription for the first month.
That's right. It's just, I don't know. I've clearly aged out
That would be
of
a
all of this.
dare. That would be a dare from one of us. I guess Gary, because he's the one who's got the mind for it. How many premium subscriptions for anything can you get in a day for a month and remember to cancel them all
Oh, right.
without
Oh my
writing
God.
it down?
You fucking weird little edgelord. Shut up. That's so kinky. Oh my God. How many can you get and remember? Well, I get real close. God.
I had 2 Hulus going, and they wouldn't tell me that. Yeah, so I'm not the one for that job. We just thought you liked Hulu.
I get free.
like
I don't even know. Actually, we can't even mention that. It's still on the air. Some things, you know what? Oh, it's the best kept secret. Yeah, then shut the fuck up. I was going to mention one thing that I'm supposed to get free with a status of where you go. I keep paying for that every year. How do I like? You say it's free with the thing, but they don't seem to know it when I use it. Anyway, let's close up. Pitch.
All right.
Your podcast first of all.
Okay, my
So You
podcast
Found a Dead Body.
is called Found Dead.
Yep.
And we were gonna make T-shirts of Found Dead, like something about with like two like little cartoon feet sticking out of bushes, and then something like, "Is it a mannequin?" or something like that, or like, "Guess what? It's not a mannequin," or something like that. But
laying down.
yeah, laying
All
down
right,
to
I
like
get
little
it.
feet sticking out. So, but we do
If you
have.
found a dead body, by the way.
Please, yeah.
Where do they?
founddeadpod@gmail.com and founddeadpod.com. Like we have like a website, we have like a whole
All right.
thing.
So yeah, they if you interview people who have found dead bodies
Yep.
because you found.
Come talk to
Many.
me if you found a dead body. And then I'm going to have some other, like in the next season coming up. So we are taking submissions and interviews right now. And we are also, I'm going to like start telling stories about people who found dead bodies. Like the lady who unfortunately found the Manson murders. It was their housekeeper, and it basically ruined her whole life. So we'll talk about that.
Oh,
in
she
the
showed up
upcoming
to
season.
vacuum and clean
Yep.
up after a party.
And she found Sharon Tate.
That's
and the baby.
before wet
Yeah.
vax.
Ooh, hey, ooh. and we're trying to.
Gross.
Are we? How many degrees of Kevin Bacon are we from? We're trying to get. She's trying to get Corey Feldman and talk about Stand By Me and
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I want to talk
I don't
to
think he's
Corey
busy.
Feldman.
I think he'd do it.
And I
but-
wanted to talk to Patton Oswalt, actually. That's another like dream interview about what it was like to find his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring the house down. That's what I like to do. And then we have, of course,
Shawcroft? Have you even approached Shawcroft?
I don't know how to do that. I mean,
I
maybe
could do
now's a
that.
good time to do it, but I mean, like, I would like to know. Yeah, I always want to talk to her about it. You know, one of the first times I really had any kind of in-depth like friendship with her was at the desert party right after Mitch passed away. And she just, for some reason, we just bonded, and she just unloaded. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
talked a lot that weekend about what she had gone through. But I don't want to like talk about it until I talk to her. Do you know what I mean?
There's two things we can do. We can threaten AI. Gary,
Can we get an AI to
we
go,
have to
"Ugh."
start talking less about. We've set up Gary as he's a genius.
He is a genius, that's
in
true.
Asperger's.
Idiot savant
yeah.
is what they call it.
Heavy on the idiot.
Light on the savant. But we'll just say, hey, you listen, Gary can do AI of anyone. So we can come on with your authentic voice, or we can
Or-
recreate you from a voicemail that you left Stanhope in 2013. And that can be the interview that.
Right. We'll do it either way.
Yeah.
You get to pick.
But Stanhope is really pushing for you. Like the real you.
He really wants. He's rooting, hoping that you'll come to the table. But if not,
And hey, listen.
it's okay, Lynn.
Fucking, I'll get to you about that.
Yeah, all right.
Start fucking like hitting up social media about this. And the fucking Turkish guys. I don't even know what social media you use. Fucking glasnost.com. Whatever. Yeah. Tell me how to communicate with you. And this is one. We were talking last night. I was quoting. I won't even say his name because and if you canceled such a small man, like physically, a tiny, not a dwarf or a midget, just a very, very
Short.
diminutive. Yes.
Slight.
And we were saying, I was trying to quote his bit. I can't. He goes, yeah, I just got a new rape whistle. I can't whistle.
Oh my god.
I don't know how to whistle.
Here, we'll do a little voiceover for her. Ready to whistle again, and I'll do the whistle.
okay.
Ready?
Okay. I just got a brand new rape whistle.
I can't even do it.
Wait. Shh. Oh, that's
There
brilliant.
you
Okay,
go.
good.
See what happens when you quit drinking?
Ah,
Dry mouth. Ruins the whole
Genius.
podcast.
Man.
The point is, go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to jump in that the most popular social media platform in Istanbul is TikTok. I don't know if you know that. And it's a little similar, but the best joke we heard in Romania.
Oh, yeah. He's gotta tell you the-
No, you tell. You gotta.
no,
tell.
I can't. You do it.
You do it. You're so funny when you say jokes.
We told you. You do it.
Heckle and Jekyll, let's go.
It's
You
really
guys,
great.
why don't you figure it out? And I've gotten a bunch of stuff in the mail, and it's. But this is an old a piss bucket. It says, "Notice to passengers: do not empty this chamber pot out the train window." And that's an authentic.
Wow.
And I can't remember. I think his last name is Young. Or it is Jonathan Young, or it's Jung. He gave me.
Carl?
I can't find all my fucking paperwork. No, but he's a fan. But he's also the guy that sent us the book that was like, "I had a bad day and they took away my babies," or something like that. Remember?
Oh yeah.
It became a
What's that guy's name? Yeah, like that whole crib got roaches in it and all those. But yeah,
No, it was a lady that self-published a book, "How They Took Away My Kids."
Oh, okay. I'm
But
thinking
it
of
was
something.
just like in such busted English where, like, and we would read passages out of it. Like Chad Shank would read passages out, and he left me a note that's fucking somewhere, but. The more I try to clean up, the more things disappear. But anyway, you know who you are, and that is a fucking authentic train chamber pot.
Wow, man.
Smells like the porn store. I don't think they just peed in it, babe. Okay, Gary, tell
Mark
the joke.
Twain
Can,
pissed in it.
can Gary tell the joke?
Yes.
Okay. Two Romanian guys get pulled over by the cops, and the cop looks in the window and says, "They're looking for 2 child molesters." And the 2 guys look at each other nervously and say, "We'll do it." Like that? Is that all right?
Did you write that?
No. Somebody told us.
It's so goddamn
Somebody.
I think it was it Tenchi or?
It was Tenchi.
Yeah, she was.
It was our
so
little
sweet.
concierge lady.
First of all, that's like when I was a kid, I remember it with Iranian jokes because that was the thing
Yeah.
in the late 80s when you're 12, 13 was Iran, Buck Khomeini. And so every joke that could be anybody you heard for the first time about what do you call a busload of Iraqis with 2 teeth? I don't. Whatever. I don't even remember how that one goes. I fucked it up. I know that. But everything that turned into blonde jokes, it turned into Polish jokes, it turned into any Romanians are not known. Like that could be. Yeah. What do you call? Hey, what do you call 3 people from Sierra Vista?
Yeah. Yeah, how do you kill a guy from Sierra Vista? You put a scratch and sniff at the bottom of a swimming pool.
Yeah, who's here from Benson? I'll talk slower then. Thank you, bingo. Take us out of here. Okay, bye now. Now you're gonna get on camera. Too late.